Howdy folks, this is Gradman Farms. Today I'm going to show you the difference between these two cotton machines. Okay, so we have two different cotton machines in front of us. This right here is a cotton picker, and this is a cotton stripper. Well, how do you tell the difference? I'll tell you how. We're going to hop in here in this cotton picker. I'm going to get out into the grass where you can see better. And here's how to tell. These things right here are called spindles. And they take just the boll of the cotton. That's what happens with a cotton picker. It just takes the boll, nothing else. And then with the cotton stripper, it takes everything, leaving nothing but the bare stalk of the bare cotton stalk. And these right here are steel brushes that just take everything the cotton plant has. Just takes it all. Strips it, leaves nothing but the bare stalk. And the stripper, as it's going through the header, blows all of the cotton up here into this thing called an accumulator. This round bale cotton picker also has an accumulator. And once the accumulator gets full, all this cotton goes into the baling chamber to make a really big round bale. And this is what they always look like when they come out. Now, in real life, if the cotton had been stripped, it wouldn't look this clean. But if you picked it in real life, it would look this clean when it came out. Just about. So Giant's got that texture right with the round bale. And another thing that applies to real life, not the game, is you can, let's say, you're at the end of the field and your accumulator has cotton in it. And you're like, well, I need to be able to fold up the machine. Well, what you do is, there's a button right here on this hydrostat handle. I can't remember which button it is. That you force the cotton out of the accumulator into the bale chamber. It makes the bale, and then you bring it out right here. And in real life, for both of these machines, there's a remote control. There's a remote control. You'd be in the picker or stripper, and you'd get out, and you would use that remote control to fold the machine up. Everything. It folds up everything. Even though in the game you fold it up by just hitting a button inside the cab, never having to get out. Well, that's not what happens in real life, sadly. I wish it were that easy, but it isn't. And another thing about a picker is, see right here, as it's picking the cotton, and all those spindles are picking the cotton, the cotton goes up these black tubes, into the accumulator on this machine, and then makes a round, and then once the accumulator gets full on this machine, just like it does on the cotton stripper, it goes right into the bale chamber to make a bale. And when you are, picking your cotton or stripping it, doesn't matter, with a round bale machine, what you do, and this one is set up as a demo machine, so you can see what happens. And I'm going to show you what happens once I get down to the end. We're going to turn on the engine, going to lower the picking units, and you can see the spindles spinning right now. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to hire a worker, and you can see all that cotton getting put in the accumulator. And watch what happens when that accumulator bar gets full. See, there's your accumulator, which is the thing on, the thing on top, and then the thing on the bottom is how much of the bale is made. See, look, watch. It's at 96, 97, 98, 99. See? Now it's emptying all of the cotton out of the accumulator and pushing it into the bale chamber. And that just happens automatically. But you can do that manually when you have some cotton in your accumulator and you need it out of there. The bale is smaller. I'll tell you that. The cotton bale is smaller. It's not as big as this. And you can see this auger turning that kind of conveys the cotton. And we have this Module Express cotton picker. And what's different about this picker as opposed to the John Deere round bale picker is that this one has, I call it a mini module builder. It has a mini module builder built into this picker. And you have to stop in order to unload this machine and get the cotton out. Whereas if you do it with a round bale picker, see how this bale is sitting right there on, I guess it's the bale holder. Well, what you want to do is you keep going, keep going, keep going. That's the beauty of a round bale machine. I don't even have to stop. I'm just going to show you how this works. You unload the bale right here at the end of the field. Put the picking units back down. And then there you go. And you're probably wondering, why do I have these pickers going at 4 miles an hour? I'll tell you why. Because in real life you would be picking cotton at 4.5 miles an hour. Sometimes slower if it's really good cotton. Because if you go too fast, when it's really good, it'll choke up the machine, and you do not want to do that. Which, honestly, that'd be really bad if you choked it up. And another thing is the stripper the cotton stripper, they're easier to get from field to, well, actually it's easier to take off the header for a cotton stripper. Because you see, there aren't that many things you have to hook up and undo. Whereas with a picker, that's not easy because you have these tubes and you have all these picking units. And the biggest you can get so far is a 6-row cotton picker. You can get a 12 or an 8-row cotton stripper. And they've recently made this 12-row header. They've recently started making it. And the beauty of this 12-row header is you can fold it up, and you may or may not have to put it on a header trailer. Just depends. But it can be, just depends on what your farm is like, what your situation is, and everything like that. And how you get from field to field. So I can simply fold up this 12-row stripper header and send it down the road. Or if the bridges are going to be too narrow, if there's a bridge to get to your one of your fields, you'll want to put this on a header trailer, then unhook it, and then take the stripper to the field. And then take the header with a header trailer and a pickup truck and take it to the field too. And the one thing I do not understand for an in-game mechanic is, how come you can't unload unfinished bales? How come you can't force your cotton out of the accumulator where everything's empty and then you can fold it up for transport? I don't know. I hope they change that in Farming Simulator 25. Giant Software, if you are listening, I hope you'll let us be able to unload unfinished bales on the brown bale John Deere machines, like we can with this Module Express case cotton picker. Please do that for Farming Simulator 25. We desperately need it. And here's another thing to note before this tutorial is over. With a cotton stripper, you can run about 6 miles an hour and do just fine. But if it's really good cotton, you're going to want to go slower. That's just one of the things about if the cotton's real good, you have to go slower. Always keep that in mind. And if you look right here, you can see these augers / conveyors on this stripper header. Technically, they're called rollers. And in summary, here's what I've told you. Cotton strippers take everything but the bare stalk. Actually, no. They take everything, leaving nothing but the bare cotton stalk. The cotton picker takes only the boll. But as far as in-game mechanics go, doesn't matter with either one. You can pick it or strip it, and it doesn't matter, because it looks just like a stripper ran through the field no matter what. But in real life, it depends on what your situation is, what kind of cotton you have, like as in cotton varieties. Like there are different seed varieties. And with a cotton picker, you can pick the cotton while it's still a little bit green. Whereas with a stripper, you have to spray your defoliant, which makes all the green leaves and everything fall off. And the cotton looks like this. And honestly, I prefer a cotton picker in real life because it's easier. The cotton is so much easier to gin than if it were stripped. And by gin, I mean it's spelled G-I-N. G-I-N. The cotton gin was invented by Eli Whitney in 1793. And that's pretty much all I know about the cotton gin. If you want any more knowledge about the cotton gin, I suggest you Google it. But as far as cotton pickers and cotton strippers, I'm your guy. I'm your guy for that knowledge. And one more tip is, in real life, I could make this wrapping be any color I wanted it to be. I could make it be green, I could make it be orange, red, blue, purple, any color I can pick. Yellow is just the default color that John Deere has for wrap. But you can use whatever kind of wrapping you want. In real life, you have to change this out every so often once the wrapping runs out. And you're probably thinking, well, how does it wrap the bale? That's one of the parts I don't know. Honestly, I think somehow there's hot glue inside the machine somewhere, and it glues it, is what I'm imagining. Glues it shut, and my guess is it's not your average hot glue, is what I imagine. If it even is glue, I don't know. And another thing is, you're going to want to have an air compressor for your cotton picker or stripper in real life. Because if you don't blow off all the cotton trash that gets on the machine, like the burrs and a few other things, your machine will catch on fire, and that is bad news. And this is why a lot of times when you see a cotton picker or stripper running in a cotton field, you'll see a fire extinguisher mounted to one of these. Alright, I hope everyone has learned something. This is Gradman Farms. See you later.